Have you ever had a friend who you want to get them into anime, but you don't know what anime to start them off with? Because I have. Here's some of the best and worst anime to recommend to non-anime watchers. I'll have a yes zone, a no zone, and a meh zone for animes that hit or miss with beginners. First, let's start with the yeses. Usually try to stay in the shonen/action anime area when recommending to non-anime viewers. But not just that, you have to watch for levels of fan service and or sexual content in anime. If you couldn't tell from the kickback cover I made a while ago, Chainsaw Man is one of my favorite animes, but there are a lot of parts in it that would drive away beginner viewers, so I'm not going to recommend it to people who don't watch anime. You also have to watch for the amount of anime bullcrap, because yeah, there's only a certain amount of randomness that people can take. Now here's the animes I'd recommend to people, and why. First off is Attack on Titan. Now I'm not a huge Attack on Titan fan, but it's a really good anime to start getting people into anime. I have a friend who despises anime, but he watched Attack on Titan and he said he likes it. It's a really cool concept that was pulled off really well. There's no fan service in the anime. The closest you get to fan service is the female Titan, which isn't much. Next on my list of beginner anime recommendations is Demon Slayer. This anime is amazing with both its animation and storytelling. It has an interesting plot, and there's always something new keeping the viewer entertained. Fan service in Demon Slayer isn't up until you reach the Love Hashira, which at that point they're already too addicted to Demon Slayer to stop watching because of something that small. Or big, if you know what I'm saying. Now, this next one is a very good one to recommend simply because it fills all the criteria. It's shonen/action anime, it has little to no fan service, if not any, and all the anime bullcrap is comedic and funny. I am of course talking about Mashle, Magic, and Muscles. I binged this anime because it's so good. You don't have to worry about people looking over your shoulder and seeing something weird because the anime doesn't give a chance for that to happen. Mashle will always be one of my favorites. Another one is Sakamoto Days. Now, I know this one hasn't finished airing, but from what I've seen so far, it's really cool and it's also really funny. It has no fan service, which also makes it even better for beginners. Now for the no's. I'm not going to be stating the obvious and saying stuff like High School DxD. I'll be sticking to things that you might have been thinking of recommending, but you probably shouldn't. Now to identify what you shouldn't recommend, you have to look out for these things. Fan service, the weirdness of the plot, and the genre. Fan service is probably your biggest concern out of the three, because beginners a lot of the time go with the mentality that anime is weird because it's mainstream to think that. So anime without fan service tends to do a lot better with beginners. The weirdness of the plot also matters. I'll talk about that when discussing the anime. The genre matters as well, as most people are more likely to watch shonen and action anime than anything else. Quick intermission. Sorry for interrupting the video, this is going to take like 10 seconds, so bear with me. When we hit 500 subscribers, I'll open up the official Katusha Fan Discord server. So if you want that, please subscribe. Okay, back to the video. Okay, so the first one I have is Chainsaw Man. Like I said before, it's a great anime, but there's just too much fan service for beginners. I mean, like, for the first 2 episodes, Denji's main goal is to touch tits, which, if you didn't realize, will scare off new anime watchers and the anime will leave a bad taste in their mouth. So I'd steer clear of Chainsaw Man at least until they're a bit more into anime, and I've built up some tolerance. Next is ReZero. Now this might be in my top 3 favorite anime, but I don't think it's something you should recommend to new anime viewers. It might be a little much for people who don't watch anime. ReZero is very, like, how would you describe it? Traumatic? Not really, but you can see what I'm getting at. Also, people like to pry apart anime, make fun of them for anything they can. The talking cat thing that sticks to Amelia might be a little bit weird for them. You should avoid isekais when recommending to new watchers, because they might find that teleporting into another world or getting reincarnated into another world a little out there. And this next one might surprise you, as I'm a big fan of this anime as well. But My Hero Academia. MHA is easily one of the most controversial animes out there of all time, and the community around this show has given it quite a reputation. Now, the reason I say not to recommend MHA is not just because of the fan service, because there's really not that much, but I don't recommend it to people simply because it's mainstream to hate it. People will actually look at you weird if you say you watch My Hero Academia. Some of my viewers can even testify to this, so recommending it to someone who doesn't watch anime, not a great idea. They're probably not going to watch it simply because of the reputation it's been given by its fandom. If the person you wanted to watch MHA gets into anime after recommending things like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, maybe then you can get them to watch MHA. Because it's not a bad show, it's a masterpiece in my opinion, but its reputation built up by its community is simply too much for you to recommend it to new anime viewers, which is really sad. Now for the mess section of recommendations. This is for animes that are hit or miss when it comes to suggesting things to new anime viewers. Sometimes they work and they really like them, or sometimes they don't and they stop watching the anime. This section is mostly for anime that are incredibly long. For the first one, I have One Piece. I usually count this as the anime that got me into anime. My friend recommended it to me in like grade 7, I think, and I've been watching anime ever since. Now, the reason I put it in meh is because it's just so long. I didn't finish One Piece because Netflix didn't have all the episodes, so I basically only watched pre-time skip. But telling someone to watch One Piece is like telling someone to run a marathon with no experience. Or depending if they like it, it'd be like eating a massive chocolate lava cake with 21 layers. It's really hard. You also might have been thinking of recommending My Dear Friend Nokotan to someone. Now, I did this with someone who didn't watch anime, but they absolutely loved it because of how ridiculous it is. But I recommended it to a different person, and they couldn't watch the first episode just because of how stupid it was. Shika noko 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 koshi tantan is a gamble. Try to figure out if the person you're trying to recommend it to likes ridiculous and stupid things. That's why this is a meh. Also, Anko's kind of freaky Alabama style, so that might also drive people away. That's the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Tell me your opinions or if I missed anything in the comments. Also, give me video suggestions that y'all want to see. I need some ideas. Love you all. Bye.